Hey everybody, I'm back again with you for yet another review. Of course, you already knew that just by looking at the title down below, right? Alright, well the other day I did Siberia Brown, and that was an original portion. Today, I'm doing his evil twin, Siberia Red. Extremely strong, white dry portion. White dry portion basically means that it's a white portion, but the tobacco inside is actually drier than a standard portion. It's the moisture content is lowered. I think that's primarily to reduce drippage. Take a look at that. This is white dry portion. There is some moisture to it. I mean, it's not like totally like powdery dry in there, you know, and you can see a little bit of moisture on there, but not a whole lot. I mean, it's fairly dry, and you know, they all come in just kind of jumbled up into the can. They're pretty fluffy already. I mean, they're not real compact. They're decent size. I mean, I think they're full gram portions, if memory serves. The lid has a small catch lid. It's not full width like some of the others that I've tried, and it'll hold 3-4 portions. Shall we take a whiff? Now this has got, you know, the brown had a real distinct mint smell, but you could still smell tobacco in the background of it, right? This, you smell no tobacco, none at all. All you can smell is the mint, and maybe just a very, very mild hint of some sort of a citrus scent, like orange peel. Yeah, it's just when I say a little tiny hint of it, I mean like almost so minute that this enormous schnoz can barely tell that it's there. I mean, it is so minute that it's insane. It might as well not be there. Bear in mind, I got a hell of a nose. Next thing, as always, we're going to make sure it's all fluffy. It is time to load a lip. Of course, it's an upper deck and it's a snooze, not a dip. But, you know. Alright, now, I'm going to let that soak for a little bit. Meanwhile, I'm going to drive to my next job that I got to do. In a few minutes, I'll get back with you, and we'll go over the flavor and everything else to do with this. Catch you in a few. Alright, everybody. I've had this in for, let's see, what's the clock say? About 25 minutes now. And this one, because it's a white dry portion, it actually takes a little while for the flavor to really kick in and for the nicotine to kick in. Not as much for the nicotine as the flavor on this one, though. It's kind of surprising because the nicotine starts kicking in about 5 or 6 minute mark. The flavor, however, really doesn't hit you until about the 15-minute mark, which is a little bit odd in my estimation. Now, when you first throw this in, you get a nice cool sensation. Fairly cool. I mean, not just a little. But with this, unlike the brown, with this there's no burning sensation against the lip, which I'm not sure I like that. I kind of like that burn off of the brown. But it's a real minty flavor. I really don't taste a whole lot of tobacco flavor in this. Maybe just a little bit in the background. That orange peel scent that I caught when I was smelling the can, you know, I don't taste that at all. There's no orange peel flavor, citrus flavor in this. It's just mint forward flavor with just a hint of tobacco in the background. Nothing else. I mean, that's all she wrote, folks. But this is one hell of a nicotine kick. It's not quite as much as the brown. The brown damn near knocks me on my ass. And I have a pretty high nicotine tolerance, okay? The brown almost knocks me on my ass. This one, not so much. I mean, you can tell that there's a hell of a lot of nicotine in it. I actually have a buzz right now, okay? Me. I have a buzz. It's not just wham, you know, sock you in the jaw, call it good type nicotine hit. This one is a little bit different. It's a real solid nicotine kick. I have a buzz. I don't usually get one. But it doesn't knock you on your ass. It gets to a certain level and then just stays there. And last night, I had one of these in for 2 hours. The flavor left me about an hour and 45 minutes, but the nicotine continued until the 2-hour mark. So this one, the nicotine starts ahead of the flavor and ends after the flavor is gone. So I found that kind of interesting because that's not generally the case, at least so far that I've found. Usually the flavor and the nicotine usually are real symbiotic, you know, they both come up at the same time, stay even, and then crash at the same time. It's kind of interesting that the nicotine hits you before the flavor, and after the flavor is gone, the nicotine is still there for an additional 15 minutes or so. And I still didn't get another craving for nicotine for about another hour after that. So it did a really good job, folks. I mean, I've been impressed with this. Now, I'll admit to you, this is the second can of this that I've used. The first one was at the beginning of last winter, and it took me quite a while to get through this because these are long-lasting outfits. I'm not usually one for white portions, as I've told you before. Usually less so for white dry. I like the original pouch or the original portion because it really hits you hard and fast. But this is a really good mint snus. And I'm doing this review right after I ate lunch. So, like I've told you before, I really like the whole mint thing, especially right after a meal. This really does the job. And I've had a fairly stressful day. So, I mean, good nicotine kick is a definite plus right now. Now it is time for the rating for Siberia Red White Dry. My overall rating on this is about a 4.5. Good, solid nicotine kick. And good flavor. Good, real nice, sharp. The mint flavor on this is real sharp. Full-bodied mint flavor, okay? So I love that. It takes a while for the flavor to come on. And that's really the only thing that takes this down. Is it takes a while for that flavor to come on. I like full flavor, but I like it right away or right close to when I put it in. Of course, that's part of, being a dipper coming over to snus is, I'm kind of coming at this from more of a dipper standpoint. And this is really good, but it takes a while for the flavor to hit. And that's the only thing that really brings it down from a 5 in my estimation. The nicotine kick, almost immediate. I mean, just like you were throwing a dip in, except stronger than a dip. See, I'm even fumbling my words around. But 4.5, because the portion material, very soft, very easy to deal with. The portions come fairly well plumped up already. I mean, there's not a whole lot of having to screw with the tobacco inside the material because it's all moved to one side or squished down or whatever. It's fairly fluffed up inside the container already, inside the can. Now, the other thing that brings this down is the smaller catch lid. I like the bigger ones just because I may be in a client's home working or whatever, and there's really not a place to put your portions when they're used. So, I mean, when I was dipping, I always had a mud jug with me. With this, you don't need a mud jug because there's no need to spit, you got it. I like having a nice size place to put my used portions because sometimes I'm in a client's house for 8 hours at a shot, and I don't want to just sit there wasting my time looking for a trash can or something. I want to be able to just throw them in here and forget about them, And that's the advantage of those catch lids. I'd like to see a bigger catch lid on here, and I'd like to see the flavor come faster. If it wasn't for that, this would be a 5. But right now, my rating on this overall is a 4.5. So, hope you guys are having a fantastic summer so far. Things are going pretty good. I'm busting ass gangbusters, man. Things are going good. And it's always looking better every single day. Enjoy life. And as always, hammer up, baby.